Hi, I'm Meg Turville-Heitz with the Wisconsin Humanities Council, and I'm the project manager for Beyond the Headlines, a statewide program that focuses on the role news media play in a democracy. Each community in the state that we're working with is exploring a local issue that matters to them, and in Eau Claire, we're talking about poverty. With me today is Mike Huggins. He is a former city manager for Eau Claire and a member of the Clear Vision Eau Claire team. He's also one of the members of our local steering committee. So Mike, welcome. And I was hoping you could tell me what it was that got you intrigued and why you became involved in this project.
Well, the thing that drew me originally was the basic purpose of the project, which is the notion of connecting with people in Wisconsin to have them look at the role of journalism in terms of how it can generate a more active citizen engagement, public participation. And two reasons for that. One was, as we worked with the Clear Vision Project and the Poverty Summit, and one of those challenges was always how do we get people involved? How do we collect the information? There's so much information on an issue like poverty and income insecurity. How do we get that information? How is that in turn transmitted back to the citizens? So that issue of information and equipping citizens to play an active role was a very critical one. The other side of that is that much of my work and interest the past 20 years has been very focused on how to build capacity in local communities for people to do active democratic work. And a piece of that is always, where do people get their information and their news, and how do they share with each other? And so I was very drawn to that idea of the project, of a concern about declining trust in the media and in news, because I found that certainly was parallel with other major issues I was finding. Declining trust that people had in government's ability to address the problems that are important to people, a little bit of declining trust of government in people's ability to participate, and thirdly, declining confidence that people had in their own ability to work with others. And so much of that ties back to information and the role that media can play.
So what do you think has been the most interesting aspect of what this project has been? We've been working with folks in Eau Claire. I think it was about this time last year that we first talked with you.
It's been a great experience on the planning committee itself. You know, our committee is probably 2/3, at least, of the people who have been actively involved are journalists or have some tie back to that. They're either retired journalists, you know, like Dave Gordon. So they have a very active role. And it was interesting to see how they saw their role and to see a little bit of the tension between what I would say is almost an older, well, let's see, be careful here, traditional view of journalists of, you know, neutral, objective, stand to the side. Which I, you know, that's an issue, I think. And then how to interact with marginalized people, how to interact with nonprofits. So it's really interesting to hear, both as we talk to some of the nonprofit organizations that work with income insecure people, and talk with both print and you know, video journalists and the radio folks, you know, how they saw each other's roles and kind of the tensions they saw. So that was very fascinating to me, is to spend some time, you know, over the last 6 or 7 months, having people try to work through those tensions of those different concepts of roles.
Well, we're really looking forward to a month of activities in the month of October here in Eau Claire, and I really appreciate your time today.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.